Hello there! So would you believe it is halfway through the year already, and so it is time for my 6-month in wrap up of how my goals are going. I will link my video down below that I made in the new year about what goals I would like to follow this year. If you want to check that out, pause this video, go and have a look, but I will be sort of summing up throughout, so you don't need to watch that to understand this. So every year I like to set myself a few reading goals, just sort of books that I would definitely like to get to in a month. So this year I did pretty much the same goals as I did last year, which is to read one short story collection, one library book, one reread, one non-fiction, and I also added another one which was to read one YA book or one of the books on my kiddie shelves, to get rid of those because they were bugging me quite a bit and I've just had them for too long. Now I'm not going to lie, I scrapped the reread one. I don't think I've done any rereads this year, but the reason being that I have a goal of 5 now. So having 5 books sort of dedicated in a month, it got too much too soon, and I wanted this year to very much read what I fancied reading rather than having a set pile that I needed to read. So I wanted to try and read some of the books that I was more excited about on my shelf, and I found doing all of those goals I just couldn't. So the reread one is gone, sadly. Hopefully it's something I'll return to. I really enjoyed doing it, but in the end I just decided I've got too many books that need reading to be going back and reading old books that I've already experienced, so I have put that one to the side for the moment. Other than that, everything's going really well. I think there was 1 month, maybe in January, where I didn't get a library book read, but I did say when I made these goals that I was going to be quite loose with them this year, so I'm not too bothered about that, and I'm not too stressed about getting them done. Though I do like to, because there's a reason, you know, that I set myself goals. I don't just like to set rules for myself, but I do enjoy reading a short story collection, and I really enjoy reading a non-fiction, and I also love going to the library, all of which are things that I probably wouldn't do enough of if I didn't set myself a specific goal to do them. So having that goal there has really helped me. In terms of the YA one, it's been hard so far. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the end of the year. I hope I will. So far there's only been 1 month where I didn't finish a YA book, but the reason for that being that the whole purpose of setting myself this goal was not because I was desperate to read more YA. In fact, quite the opposite. I think I'm very much past the stage in my life where that kind of thing interests me, but I've still got some old YA books on my shelves that have been there for years, and they're taking up about 3 bookshelves. Well, 2.5, because one of them's sort of middle grade, which I'm quite happy to keep, but there is 2 bookshelves that are pretty much predominantly YA, so I wanted to clear them. And the reason that I didn't make the goal on 1 month was because I started reading a YA book, which was part of a series which I had 3 more books to go of, and I just disliked it so much by page 100. I gave up and gave the other 2 away as well, so I still consider it a success because I still got rid of 3 of the books off the shelf, which is ultimately what the goal's all about. But otherwise I have managed to get one read each month. I'm not going to lie, every time I come to them I just think, oh, and it is a bit of a chore, but getting through my bookshelves, and I am not being too harsh on myself. If I'm really not enjoying them, I will put it to the side and say, right, my goal has been succeeded because I have still got rid of it, even though I haven't read it. But I'm hoping still to be blown away by one and maybe pleasantly surprised. I am currently reading Pretties by Scott Westerfeld. I read Uglies probably about 5 years ago now, if I'm honest, and I have to say I'm really enjoying that one. It's not blowing me away, and it's not going to be a book that I keep, but I think as YA series go, it's got a lot more about it. It's got meat and it's got hidden messages, and I'm quite enjoying the general message of the book, whereas a lot of the time in YA I just find that it's just vapid romance rubbish, if I'm honest. So yes, there's that one. But other than those 2 little niggles, I am still really enjoying my goals, and as I say, the only downside with them is that they are tying up a lot of my monthly reading, so I don't have as much time for reading the books that I wanted to read as I was hoping I would. But alas, it's worth doing, and I think it's quite nice also to have that structure to my month. So each month, at the start of the month, I will pick out the books that meet my goals, and then they'll sort of form the basis, and then in between those I will allow myself to read a book that I'm a bit more excited about. So it is working out, and as I say, sometimes you do come across gems. So generally I'm quite happy with my progress. Let me know down below if you set yourself any goals and how they are going so far, and I will see you next time. Bye!